Hello everybody, how are you all doing today? This is Karthik Povan. I'm a leadership coach and author. I want to share with you something which has been going on in my mind for a very long time, and I thought I would record a series of videos on this. So probably if you have watched my last video, this is my next video. And this is in continuation to the decision that I've taken 5 years back, which I don't regret at all, and I see a lot of people regretting the decision to not marry. And I feel very, very good. I feel very, very nice about it. As I'm enjoying this drive in this lush green forest and also witnessing the beautiful sky, if you can show the sky, it's so nice, absolutely wonderful. The greenery, everything, it's so beautiful. And I feel very, very nice and refreshed. And I want to share with you that this kind of a refreshment would have never ever happened to me in my life if I was married. And I feel a lot of people who are married, their life is very, very boring. So as we are driving, I want to discuss about that. A lot of people who are married today, if you see, they are not able to give enough time to their family members. Their children are in foreign countries, or they are either in schools and colleges, and this person goes to office. Today both the parents work, and the child, absolutely, the time the child is born, the child is put into play schools, or some nurse comes and she grooms the child, and she grooms the child in her own way. The child is missing the presence of the parents very, very largely. And I don't really understand when you're not able to give yourself time, when the husband is not able to give enough time to the wife is not able to give enough time to the husband. Now they have produced another life in the planet, and that life is also not going to get enough time. And if you see today, everybody, whenever there is a holiday, everybody is busy in their mobile phones. It is very surprising that in the same hall, the husband and wife is not talking to each other about a joke that they have read, but instead they are forwarding that joke in WhatsApp, and that wife is also reading that same joke in WhatsApp and replying it back by staying in the same home. This is a tragedy. And if you see today, I'm not making a judgment on people, it's an opinion that, come on, if you can't have harmonious communication as life, and if technology is going to take over you completely, then why have relationships at the end of the day? Because the relationship is not just about labels. It is a certain field play of energy. It is a certain exchange of energy. It is a certain exchange of feelings. There was a time when people used to sit together, talk harmoniously. Now you see, people are all busy in their cell phones. And the reason is, what is it that they talk? When they talk about what is the property price. They talk about the EMI problems. They talk about the new phones which are available in the market. They talk about which school they have to send their kids. They're going to talk about something which is happening in the neighbor's place. Nobody is bothered to find out how they are feeling in each other's presence. When I'm with my loved one, we're taking a great decision, we're not going to marry, and I tell her, hey listen, we're going to ask each other how we feel in each other's presence every moment, and we're going to talk about life, we're going to talk about energy, we're going to talk about feelings. This is very, very important. At the end of the day, if you are simply going to talk about world news, you as well become a news reporter. Why? You don't have to, again talk about the same news which everybody has access to, isn't it? Yes or no? Please see this. Yes or no? So it's a jungle drive, so it's a lot of bumps. But again, I'm telling you this. It's very, very important for people to introspect whether marriage is important to them or not. If you feel you are a career-oriented woman, if you feel you are a career-oriented man, and you enjoy more time in the office, then please don't get married. Let me stop and tell you. Please don't get married if you cannot invest the necessary time and energy. I remember I was giving a training workshop for a lot of senior officers in Maharashtra Police Academy. And a lot of senior police officers were coming up to me, and during the workshop they were telling me we're not able to give enough time to our family members. So I, in a very joking way, but there was a little tone of seriousness to it as well, I said, you all should have never ever got married. Because you see, there are certain responsibilities which demand your wholesome time. And in that case, marriage is definitely a very bad option, because you are not able to give yourself time with one another. And that is the same thing that is happening to people in the cities today. Why? I don't know why people are getting married. They go to office in the morning and they come back very tired. They watch a little movie, here and there. They watch the news, and in all the tension they eat the food, and then they sleep in a tired way. And then the next morning they wake up tired and they go to office tiredly, and then all that they're doing is they're working in tiredness, and in the same tiredness they are giving their EMIs, they are earning their salary. And now just one photograph, happy photograph, and a photo, if you have to take a photo, how much time is going to take? If I'm going to take a selfie now, how much time is going to take? Hardly some seconds. And a lot of people think that photo to be the reality. No, it's a great deception. Behind that are tears. Behind that is a tiredness of a father. You see, a husband and a wife, they are going through a lot of troubles in today's age to provide a good life for them and to their kids. And they are not giving the child a very nice example of life, a joyful example of life. Once in a while, in a year, they go for a holiday. That means nothing. So it's like you are going to feel stressed for 18 hours, and for 6 hours you sleep. You'll only sleep tiredly. Let's say I give you 1,000 rupees and I expect just 200 rupees back from you. You will feel it is good. But suppose I take 1,000 rupees from you, or let's say I take $1,000 from you and give you only $200 back. Or I take 1,000 rupees from you and just give you 200 rupees back. Would you agree to such kind of a proposal? No, right? Okay, let me give you 500 rupees back. Would you agree to such kind of a proposal? No, right? You would definitely not agree to even such kind of a proposal. Then why are you struggling for 5 days for just 2 days of pleasure? That's only Saturday and Sunday many of you get off, and that also you don't get off completely. So we need to understand something very clearly. We need to understand that our life must happen as a conscious thought, and our decisions should happen on the basis of what gives us more joy. It should not be on the basis of what is giving us more trouble. It should not be on the basis of what's causing stress. Every decision I take must be a consequence of my internal joyful state. Unfortunately, a lot of people are not prioritizing this, and that is where we are paying a very heavy price. So it's time to understand. Do not get into this loop of marriage until and unless a few things are straight within you. A. Marriage means compromise. Compromise of your personal freedom, compromise of your personal aspirations. You keep all that in the carpet, buried below the carpet, okay? Once you are married, that's not the time to tell that I love to explore my freedom, I love to enjoy. No. Marriage means each other are available to each other whenever there is a problem, and you want to take care of each other and invest the necessary time and energy with one another. Then when you have a child, it's all about the child. You have to take care of the child till you are alive. Let me tell you this. What is this kind of a rule? I never heard. Well, this is the truth. You have brought the life into the planet, you better take care of the child. And learn life skills. You cannot have a 1986 rules that will be applied in a 2020 year. It's not going to work. You understand what is social media and what is the psychological impact social media is creating on the child. You must understand what is pornography and how easily it is available online today. You must understand how people are getting tempted by seeing luxuries of outside children and how you can curtail it and what is the necessary words you can use to curtail it. You must understand when you go to a party that there will be people who will be having better houses than you, they will come in a better car than yours, and you will go through the necessary feeling of insecurity with your better half, or your husband, or your wife, your children, and how you are going to handle your internal states. Otherwise, you entering into this loop of marriage just because the society has put pressure on you, and in turn you will put pressure on your family members. How it generally happens? Generally, there is a girl whose age is around 25, 26, 27 years of age, and family members will come and say, hey, why have you not got married? And then you put pressure on the daughter, and then she gets married, and then it's all about how your son-in-law is, what kind of a vehicle he drives, what kind of qualification he has, what is the status their family has. So it's all like a damn bloody transaction. This has to end. Relationships are not transactional based relationships. When you have a family which is completely cultivated and the birth of a marriage happens as a consequence of a transaction, then be rest assured, all that you will see for the rest of the life is transactions. It's time to live consciously. And that is where I say to a lot of people, for a lot of people, marriage is not essential. Oh, you have got into this loop of marriage. Many people say, Karthik, if you would have listened to you 20 years back, 30 years back, we would not got into this loop. Doesn't matter. Okay, now you have got into this loop. Now what is there? If you earned enough money for yourself, ask yourself how much money is required, and then start investing the necessary time, energy with your better half, with your wife. Have some wonderful time with your children. And more so importantly, engage in some life coaching events. Engage wonderful life coaches in your life, because if you do not have the presence, if you don't understand what essentially it means to live a life, and you have people who don't respect you for who you are and they only respect you for what you possess, then all that respect that you have today which you feel good will go away when your possessions go away. This need not happen. So let's have a very conscious decision. And for all those who have not got married and feel very bad, let me share a very good news with you. In today's time, you have a lot of freedom. So go ahead and celebrate your freedom and don't get into this loop of marriage just because of social circumstances. Have a great day. This is Karthik Poovanam. Have a wonderful time, everybody.